So shocking is the inaction of your government that it demands this unprecedented step. What are you talking about unprecedented step? You're just begging. You're grifting. Now listen, I respect a good hustle. We got to hustle here every day if we're going to pay the bills. We got to ask for help. We got to ask for people to chip. We got to hustle. Oh, I respect the hustle. This ain't hustling. This is grifting. This is, hey, Justin Trudeau, can you give us some money for free, and we'll tell you in private what we'll give you in return. I think I look around Canada, and you got basically 3 TV stations. You got the government TV station, which is bigger than all the others combined. It's the CBC. I'm talking about news business. Obviously Netflix and what real people want to watch are bigger. But in the news side of the business, you got CBC, which is larger than all other media combined. It's owned by the government. They really carry the party line. You got CTV and you got Global, and they're highly regulated. They have large cable or cell phone assets that are highly regulated, so they don't step out of line. They also dominate radio. And then on the newspaper side, they're all taking the government handout. So literally 99% of the media, the news media in Canada, are either owned by the government, extremely regulated by the government, or taking handouts from the government. I'm not kidding when I say 99.9% in terms of budget and staff and reach. So what do you do if you're having trouble making ends meet, like the mainstream media, like newspapers? Well, you could think, what am I doing wrong? Why do people not read me anymore? Am I irritating people? Am I just passing on the party line? Am I part of the woke cancel culture? Am I just more leftist? And you could think that, or you could say, you know what? To heck with it. We're all in with Trudeau. We need more money from Trudeau, and we will do whatever it takes. Because really, do you think your local newspaper is owned locally? The largest newspaper chain in Canada, which is called Postmedia, which owns the Vancouver Province, Vancouver Sun, Calgary Herald, Edmonton Journal, Calgary Sun, Edmonton Sun, Saskatoon Star Phoenix, Regina Leader Post, National Post, Montreal Gazette, like need I continue. That's all one company. So you may think, oh, I'm reading the Regina Leader Post and it's really local. No, it's not. It's run out of Toronto. Do they even have 5 local reporters left? I'd be surprised. So you're getting one newspaper, one point of view. They have so few writers now. It's basically the same stories in every newspaper. And just in case you didn't realize how uniform they are, every single Postmedia newspaper had the same front page today, and same with their competitors. And here's a snapshot. I've seen this digitally, but someone in Winnipeg sent me an actual snapshot of it. This is the front page of the Winnipeg Sun, but it's also the front page of every other Postmedia newspaper. I'm going to read a little bit. Open letter to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Now it says Winnipeg Sun. I'm telling you this was not written in Winnipeg. Dear Prime Minister Trudeau, see, when I ask for help, I talk to our viewers, our readers, you. But that's because I rely on you and you give us life. Who does Postmedia rely on and who gives them life? Well, let me show you. Dear Prime Minister Trudeau, the only reader we care about. The media outlets publishing this letter are competitors. We publish news in every region in Canada in both languages. We don't always see eye to eye. So an open letter to you and the prominence we're giving it in our publications is unprecedented. But then so is the threat to news media in Canada, and frankly, so shocking is the inaction of your government that it demands this unprecedented step. What are you talking about unprecedented step? You're just begging. You're grifting. Now listen, I respect a good hustle. We got to hustle here every day if we're going to pay the bills. We got to ask for help. We got to ask for people to chip. We got to hustle. Oh, I respect the hustle. This ain't hustling. This is grifting. This is, hey, Justin Trudeau, can you give us some money for free, and we'll tell you in private what we'll give you in return. Is it really unprecedented and shocking to have the entire corporate media speaking the same voice. That's sort of unshocking. That's sort of precedented. It's not unprecedented. In fact, it happens every day. Is there a subject of great importance that the corporate media aren't in lockstep on? I'll read some more. For months, you and the Minister of Canadian Heritage, Stephen Guilbeault, have promised action to rein in the predatory monopoly practices of Google and Facebook against Canadian news media. But so far, all we've gotten is talk, and with every passing week, the talk grows hollower and hollower. Who's writing this? Oh my God, what a terrible, breathless, does anyone believe this? But get this. This is what's so incredible. As you know, the two web giants, that is the exact language that Guilbeault uses. I wonder if Guilbeault wrote this. As you know, the two web giants are using their control of the internet and their highly sophisticated algorithms to divert 80% of all online advertising revenue in Canada, and they are distributing the work of professional journalists across the country without compensation. That's the most incredible paragraph you'll ever see. First of all, in case you miss me kvetch about it every day, I hate the web giants just as much as you do. In fact, I hate them more. I've explained to you as recently as 5 minutes ago why they've demonetized us. YouTube, which is owned by Google, cut us off for $400,000 a year. Just because they actually gave no reason for it. And Facebook censors us all the time. So I despise those two companies, and they don't give us any money. They just cut us off trying to kill us. But what a wicked lie. Look at this. They divert 80% of all online advertising revenue in Canada. Divert, you know what divert means? Like there's a river and you divert its flow. So like a beaver dam would divert the flow, or like you just change it. How is people wanting to advertise with Facebook or Google, how is that diverting it? Diverting is when you go in and force something to change. When people say, yeah, I don't want to advertise in the Montreal Gazette anymore, I'll go on Facebook. How's that diverting it? But even if you, let's not quibble over that one word, divert. It's just so funny. It's as if, we're great. I don't know why no one wants to advertise in our liberal rag anymore, but look at this. They are distributing the work of professional journalists across the country without compensation. No, they're not. You know how Google works, right? Have you ever used Google before? May I introduce you to how Google works? You type in a news story in Google, it gives you the headline and like 1 or 2 sentences, and that's all it gives you. Now, if you click on that link, guess what? You go to the Montreal Gazette, the Winnipeg Sun, the Calgary Herald, the Vancouver Province, whatever. Facebook and Google, it's the same on Facebook. If you publish a link on Facebook, it shows the headline in the first couple of sentences. If you click on it, it takes you to the page. That's why newspapers, every newspaper, puts their stuff on Facebook on purpose. Because they want it to go viral. Why? Because that's what drives traffic back to your site. Can you believe this lobbyist? They are distributing the work of professional journalists across the country without compensation. Well, then cut them off. Then stop advertising on them. Then stop accepting traffic from Facebook. It's opposite day. What a weird lie. This isn't just a Canadian problem. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'll just skip ahead. Time and again, you and your government have committed to similar action. The Minister of Canadian Health has specifically and repeatedly committed to tabling legislation this spring, but after months of promises, there is still no legislation. And with the summer parliamentary recess approaching and the strong possibility of a fall general election, words alone will not sustain Canadian journalists through the long months of legislative inaction and relentless power plays by Google and Facebook. Who talks that way? Relentless power plays. You mean when they send traffic your way, that relentless power play? Who even talks that way? Just so weird. Let me just skip ahead to the end. The fate of news media in Canada depends on it. In no small way, so too does the fate of our democracy. Hey guys, did you know that if Justin Trudeau doesn't give another bailout of these dying legacy media, do you know where Postmedia is owned? Do you know the answer to that? Do you know who owns Postmedia? America, you're exactly right. There's the share, go to, type in Postmedia market cap. So Postmedia, unless it's being delisted, is actually traded on the stock exchange. And I think it's like a penny stock now. Because really it's owned not by the shareholders, not by the stockholders, but by the bondholders. Basically, people who have loaned money to Postmedia because it needs much more money than it can raise in capital markets. Because is Postmedia even still traded? I know that's it. Okay, can I see the market cap on screen? Okay, so so the grand total market capitalization of the entire Postmedia network is $187 million. Am I reading that right? So you might think, oh my God, you can buy all of those newspapers for $187 million? That's a little bit misleading, because the main obligation is not to shareholders, it's to all the bondholders. Click on Wikipedia there for Postmedia Network. And scroll down. I want to show who actually owns it. Yeah, there it is. Chatham. Postmedia is currently 66% owned by an American media conglomerate, Chatham Asset Management. Can you click that footnote number 6 there? Leon, yeah, oh, okay, I'll read that, sure. Who's Chatham Asset Management? An American billionaire investor and hedge fund manager. He's the chairman and CEO of, okay, he owns 20% of it, blah, blah, blah. So do you see just to the left there, footnote number 6? Yeah, and then click on, and what is, okay, so this is their PDF of their financials. I'm not going to take you through it. And it's a little bit outdated also. But yeah, I mean, I have read these financials. They make me feel like I'm Warren Buffett. I read these financials and I feel like I am the greatest businessman who's ever lived. I read these financials and I think, you lost how much? You're paying what interest rate? You've blown how much money on ideas that didn't work? Oh my God, I am like, I've got the Midas touch compared to these guys. If you've ever failed at something in life, and we all have, but if you've had a business idea and it just didn't work, read Postmedia's financials. And you'll say, at least I'm not that guy.
Oh, hi friends. What you just saw there is a clip from our Rebel News daily live stream show. It's fun, it's fast, and it's completely unscripted, so you never really know what you're going to get. Just go to rebelnews.com/livestream to sign up for special